I'm sure you can think of a time in your life where you received some awful advice and you probably followed it. And nothing good comes out of following bad advice. And a lot of times we have people, or not even us, just in general, a lot of people will give unsolicited advice. Like, shit, I'm doing it right now. I mean, sure, you clicked the video, but you didn't necessarily ask me for advice, right? People like to give unsolicited advice. And even sometimes you can ask somebody about or for advice in a certain topic, and they might not even know what they're talking about, but they'll still give you advice anyways, just because you asked them. And they might not even know what they're talking about. They're just gonna make up something just to basically answer your question, right? So basically what this video is about is you need the right map and the right guide. So pretty much comes down to, you don't ask your single friend for relationship advice, and you don't ask your broke friend for financial advice. I don't really give advice on topics that I don't know about. There's a reason you don't see me making videos about how to start a profitable online business, top 5 ways to start an online business, because I haven't had success in that. So why would I speak on that? I talk about things that I think that I excel in and that I'm good at, and those are things that I usually give advice on because I'm confident in those areas, and it's something that I think people can get a genuine value from. If I gave advice on, like I said, making an online business, it'd just be me like finding stuff online and just spewing it out, just because it's something that I know would get a lot of views. But I don't do that because I know I don't know what the fuck I'd be talking about. Same with, I don't give like dating advice because I've never been like a super long-term relationship. So I'm not the person who I would expect a friend to go to for that. So that's where I come from whenever I say you need to have the right map and the right guide. Because if you're going to the guide who doesn't know what he's talking about, you're going to end up at a destination you don't want to be at. So make sure the person you're going to for this stuff knows what they're talking about, and you know that they're credible. Like I talk about the gym, I'm very knowledgeable in the gym. I work out a lot. I'm a personal trainer. I've taken courses on it. I think I'm relatively, like, I have a good natural physique. People who don't work out could look at him and be like, damn, he has a good physique. I wouldn't mind looking like him. So I make videos on working out. And it's something that I'm knowledgeable on. I think I'm very knowledgeable on, so I make videos on it. Same with diet. I know a lot about dieting, so sometimes I make videos on that. I make videos on confidence. I'm a very confident guy. I've learned through trial and error. I make videos about social skills. I've come from terrible social skills to really good social skills, so I'm confident making videos about that. So I try to only guide people in areas that I think I'm capable in. So take that advice and use it in your real life too. If you have friends you go to for advice, keep in mind, I mean, you probably know a lot about them because they're your friends, so keep in mind the things they've been through in life and the things that they currently have in their life before you go to that person for advice. And even if you do, take it with a grain of salt, because you don't know if they actually know what they're talking about. And it could just be someone older too. Like, obviously it's good to go to somebody who's older. If you're like 18, 19, you would go to like a 30, 40-year-old for advice because they have more life experience and they probably know more than you. But that doesn't necessarily mean they do just because they're older. So keep that in mind and make sure you're going to the right person. If you want to learn about how to excel in your career, go to somebody who's successful in your career. If you want to learn how to start an online business, go to somebody who has a successful online business. If you want to learn about dating, go to somebody that you know who's really good at dating. They can get a lot of girls. They can stay in a relationship if they want to. You kind of get the point. It's a pretty simple concept to grasp, but a lot of people don't keep this in mind. And you might already know this, I'm sure, but you don't think about it whenever you're asking for advice, right? You might just get advice and you're like, oh, this person's telling me it, so I'm gonna just believe it. And I feel like that's really common. If somebody tells you something, a lot of people just accept it, like, oh, that's a fact. Which, I mean, it's a stupid thing to think, but it's really common people to think that way. So, quick little video, but just keep in mind, whenever you're wanting to get better at something or go to something and learn, make sure you're going to the right person, someone who's knowledgeable in that area, and don't just accept it from anybody. But I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And besides that, if you got any goals, go make them happen, and I'll see you in the next one.